I welcome you all to this session. In this session, let us discuss about the evolution of entrepreneurship. As you know, the entrepreneurship, the term as well as the function has evolved over the year. We had little discussion at the very first class, first and second classes. We shall see under this caption the systematic evolution step by step. Sometimes you may get a question on that. So earliest period, that is Marco Polo, is an early example of an entrepreneur who attempted to establish trade route to Far East countries. Marco Polo signed contract with money lenders to sell his goods. A common contract for taking loan stated that trader had to pay interest of 22.5%. What a rate you see for the loan, which includes insurance. When the merchant adventure would successfully sell the goods and complete the trip, profit were divided into two parts, of which capitalist would gain 75% and profit and trader would end up getting 25% of income. So some sort of entrepreneurial activity he has done. Then in Middle Ages, entrepreneurs were more described as actor, person, manager. His job was to manage large production projects. He was merely managing the business, while the risk was borne by the government of the country and not the entrepreneur. You see, just as an agent, he is to do the work on behalf of the government or such a other capitalist. So a typical entrepreneur in Middle Ages were clerk in charge of great architecture. The 17th century, as you know, 17th century starts with the 1601 to 1700s. Emerging connection of risk with entrepreneurship developed with the 17th century. In this stage, entrepreneur entered in contract with the government where payment to be made to capitalist was fixed. And after fixed payment, profit or loss incurred through the business had to be borne by entrepreneur. You see, capitalists are those who supply capital or make investment after paying a fixed like interest now to the capitalist. Remaining will be the profit. Sometimes it may be loss. Example, Richard Cantillon, a noted economist and authored the book in 1700, understood Law's mistake. He developed one of the early theories of the entrepreneur and is regarded some as a founder of the term. Some regard him as a founder of the term. He viewed entrepreneur as a risk taker, see, one who takes risk. He was the first person to recognize the role of entrepreneur in economic theory. He stressed on the entrepreneur and not his personality. See, entrepreneur is nothing but the entrepreneurship enterprising ability of a person. It's not his personality. Fourth stage during this period, entrepreneurs were divided into two persons. One person with capital, another person who needed capital. Actually, haves and have-nots. The special feature of this period is that majority of capital, that is money, was with the few persons, and majority of persons having very little access to capital or money used to sorrow as a labor. They had only labor to spend, nothing else. So major reason for such differentiation was due to the industrialization. As you know, the industrialization, even the post industrialization period, which divided society into two. One as a capitalist, another one laborers or bourgeois, labor. Capitalist is to run a business and they hire and fire the laborers. It may be The Karl Marx relate stage has given a principle, we call it as a Marxism, where he has recognized the element of labor, and he has emphasized and stressed upon the capitalist or employers to treat these laborers as employees, not as a cogs in the machine. At the same time, the human relations approach to management has been evolved. So many inventions developed during this period, were reactions to a changing world. Example, addition raised capital from private sources to develop and experiment in the field of electricity and chemistry. Similarly, Whitney had to finance his invention of cotton ginning from expropriate British corn property. Therefore, both were entrepreneurs looking for venture capitalists to finance their inventions that invented with their intellectual capital, but they lacked financial capital, which they were looking from either government side or others. J.P. Say broadened the concept entrepreneur and included the concept of combining the facts of production. In addition to risk taking or capital provider, has added other facts of production also. So that is in 17th, 18th century. Industrial Revolution, you know that it took place the later part of 18th and early part of 19th century, between 1750 to 1850. Then, no doubt, it has brought a change or put a revolution in the field of production and distribution, or in the field of industry and commerce, where you notice three major changes. The factory system has been introduced in case of domestic system, and manual method has been replaced by mechanic or machine system. Then the large scale production or mass production has came into being in place of restricted or small scale production. In 19th and 20th century, that is after 1800 to 2000 century, during this period, entrepreneurs were not distinguished from managers and were viewed mostly from managers and from economic perspectives in following manner. One, the previous 2 centuries period. He organizes and operates the enterprise for his personal gain. This is what the meaning. He is the one who brings or arranges all facts of production for the purpose of realizing his objective, maybe a profit earning, that's sort of personal gain. He pays current prices for the materials consumed in the business. He contributes his own initiative, skill in planning, organizing, administering things in his company or in his firm. He assumes the stance of loss and gain consequent to uncontrollable factors. Uncontrollable factors may be natural calamities. During the period of 20th century, entrepreneur was seen as innovator, as bringing newness every time in the economy. He was the one who came up the unique concept in the market. He performed following functions as entrepreneur in the previous century to revolutionize the pattern of production by exploiting inventions. You see, industry revolution or industry 1.0, it was during industrial revolution 1750 to 1850. Then 2.0 was automation. Automation maybe in the 19th century. Then in 20th century it is a computerization. 20th century later part, after 1960 and all, 60s 70s, 3.0, and it is the 4.0 which we are now observing, that is it is a product of this millennium, new millennium, 21st century. So during 20th century, entrepreneur is to revolutionize the pattern of production by exploiting inventions. You see, both automations and computerization you can take. Revolution in the sense of major, big change in the area of production. One, automation, then computerization. To perform pattern of production by exploiting technological disruptions, method of providing new commodity or old commodity in the new pattern, opening new source of supply of raw materials or new change outlet of products, performing these functions by organizing new industry. The concept of innovation and newness is the integral part of entrepreneur, which not only requires the ability to create and conceptualize, but ability to understand forces at work environment. The following newness in the concept can be in the following ways: introduction of new or quality product, introducing new method of production, utilization of new sources of raw material, carrying out new organized form of industry. This 21st century. The sixth phase, 21st century, the present, or we call it as a new millennium or century of technological advancement, where we witnessed Industrial Revolution 4.0, fourth phase, that is the robotics or machine intelligence or artificial intelligence. During the present century, two characteristics are associated with the entrepreneur. They are innovation and creativity. Say these robotics or say artificial intelligence AI is the product or outcome of creativity, the ability to bring something new into the existence, while innovators are practical people and create from the opportunities available in the reality. Even you can see now how fast this is changing. I can say at a galloping speed, because you see the changes took place in just 4 5 recent years in the recent past, which may be the change which we had earlier of few decades, the few centuries. The following principles of innovation have emerged, leading to the success of entrepreneur: action oriented and searching for new ideas. See, now we are in the pandemic, a new normal situation where there was a shocking economic, not economic slowdown, and economic shocking or shocks to economy, where you can think something, or you can search for, or you can I can say create opportunities by using those that developed electronic and say technological platform, making the product service simple and understandable, trying, testing, and revising, learning from failures. Hard work is the key to success. These are all about the evolution of entrepreneur. How the term entrepreneur or the role or function of entrepreneur has been uh, developed or evolved over a period, early period, maybe then 17th and 18th century, then 19th, 20th, 21st. So in 21st, lot of changes you could witness. So this is all about the session. Thank you.